What's up, weirdo? Shadetree Surgeon here, and today I'm leaving behind the mail-order glide. I'm foregoing the almighty barf party, and instead, I'm about to take off on Shaylee's mighty Suzuki Savage 650. Speaking of mighty, I'm mighty hopeful that she actually put gas in this thing. I know she hates to. Come on now. Got some bad connections on that starter somewhere. Come on, I was just calling you mighty. Don't let me down now. Boys, I tell you what, I'm like a monkey humping a football on top of this thing. A meatball on a toothpick, but boy, she still goes. It's asking a lot of this poor little thumper to cart around my 300-pound ass, and it's asking even more of it to stop my 300-pound ass. That's why I'm heading up to the shop with it right now. I'm meeting Shaylee up there. She just got out of school, and here's traffic. Anyway, she just got out of school, and she's gonna fix up the brakes on it. She's gotta bleed and flush the front brakes and check a couple other things, adjust the rear drum brake. All stuff that she actually knows how to do now. Feet down on a highway. A place you never want to be. And the thing just died. Maybe we got more to check out than just the brakes here. Dying in protest from having to carry me around. Well, I know from first-hand experience that this thing will do 85 miles an hour, 2 up. Take it easy. You think just because I'm on a Suzuki Savage 650 you can treat me like that? I demand respect. Damn, I won't lie. Broke down in rush hour traffic has got to be one of the worst feelings in the world. I've been there, buddy. Both on motorcycles and in cars. Oh, yikes, dude. Freaking Mad Max out here. Oh, man, and now we're going? Really? All that slowdown was for a wreck on the other side? Come on, man. All right, now that we're past a wreck on the other side of the highway, taking this up to the shop because Shay's got to do a safety inspection, bleed the brakes, get everything tip-top on the Suzuki because her mom's coming into town. And if you guys didn't know this, Shaylee's mom rides motorcycles as well. And she wants to go on a ride with us, or at least Shay wants her to go on a ride with us. And she's going to ride on the Suzuki. So she, of course, wants to make sure everything's in tip-top condition for her mom. And, of course, we're going to put her on the Suzuki Savage because despite its earlier not wanting to start issues, this is probably the safest motorcycle in the Brapstar fleet. Buzzing along the highway. Everybody who said Shaylee couldn't handle a solid mounted Sportster, not the rubber mounted, this Suzuki 650, of which she's had 3 and been riding for years, is very much a solid mounted engine, and it vibrates like a son of a bitch. Good to see you, man. What's happening, brother? All right, Shay got the brakes all bled. Flip hooked me up with a 3 monkeys. Is it 3 monkeys?
Monkey shoulder.
Monkey shoulder with a monkey shoulder hat. I feel bad. That guy's really cool. I knew it was monkey shoulder. Yeah, Jody hooked it up. I know monkey shoulder. We've served in the bar before. All right, unfortunately, I love to hang out here with the boys, enjoy some ice cold cheesy poofs on the couch, but duty calls and we're heading back to the homestead. You guys hold the fort. Hold the fort down and save me some cheesy poofs. On the mail order glide, isn't it? You haven't been on this bike yet.
I haven't. What did I do to deserve a ride?
Your palanquin awaits, Queen of Frogs. If for anybody's wondering, a palanquin is like one of those things that 4 dudes carry somebody on. Anyway, palanquin, motorcycle, let's rock and roll up to the ride factory to pick up the mail order glide's counterpart, the Pacific Coast. We are just going a freaking mile a minute right now. We're getting ready for the camp out, getting ready for family to come into town. Just got a lot going on right now. Shay's got exams. I've got the bar's still open. As usual, we're running around like chickens with our heads cut off, but we're going to pick up the Pacific Coast. We want to go on a trip. We want to finish the Green Goblin. We got so many things we want to do, and we're also just filming what we are doing because we're always filming what we're doing, our lives, what's going on, all these lead up to these events. But man, things are freaking hectic right now.
Picking up the bike?
Yeah, if we still can.
Yeah, just call Brian. I'll get it out for you.
Oh, dude, thank you, man. Yeah, they're all buttoned up there, and Alex must have seen us going the opposite way and comes back to let us pick up the Pacific Coast, which is among the many and varied reasons I will only ever take my motorcycles to be worked on by the ride factory. Alex, you're the fucking man. Is Brian already gone? He's on the way. There, he's calling me right now. Rush rubber, baby. It's got a wider back tire on it, too. It's going to handle a lot better. Brian.
How's she gonna
How's she gonna ride it?
I'm like, man,
Yeah, she can ride it.
Okay. The seat just looks so high. It is high. God damn it.
See?
Okay.
All right, guys. Thanks again, y'all. Reunited, and it feels good, baby. Pacific Coast and the mail order glide back in business. The ambiguously bland duo. Oh, man, we're going to look funny as hell. Me and Shay riding these things while her mom rides the Suzuki Savage. Talk about the nerdiest crew out. Two cool dads. Back in action, baby. No time for dad ventures tonight. We got to pick up Shay's mom early in the AM from the airport. So, time for the two cool dads to hang up their New Balance sneakers just for the night. Whew. Got to drop off the last two shirt stragglers to USPS and go by the Ride Factory because the goal today is make the Green Goblin run. Yeah, it always seems to be small shirts that I sell out of last. Like I'll sell everything in about 15, 20 minutes, and then slowly people will discover that there's a couple small shirts left on the site. And I think that's because the vast majority of the people who watch my show are just like me, large. Actually, no, not just like me, not large. Holy mackerel. That guy just hit the... that garbage truck just hit the top of the... I'm going to go back and look at that. That thing just hit the top of the damn overpass. What in the hell? Holy mackerel, dude. Oh, he had the arms up. Look at all the concrete on the ground. Whoo, buddy. Dang, just smacked all the way into it. Into this one, too. Whoo. That's a bad day. All right, now off to the post office. I had to go back and look at that. I was like, did that really just happen? Did he just freaking smash into the overpass? Yikes. All right, back to our regular scheduled programming that hopefully doesn't involve any more overpass disasters. I am not their favorite person at this post office. Only 2 shirts today, but when I come up here and drop off 300 individual packages that they have to scan in, they give me the evil eye a little bit.
Once again, Ride Factory to the rescue. When you need tiny little parts like this to rewire the Green Goblin, you know what? You're not going to be able to get this stuff off of Amazon, and you're not going to be able to get this stuff same day, which is why you always support your local motorcycle shop.
All right, switching up from Barf Party to the mail order glide. Holy mackerel, dude. You want to talk about pollen? This is just like one day. Holy crap, that's a lot of tree shit. Dude, I don't have to carry your stuff anymore.
I don't need no man.
You see, she doesn't need me to back it out, but I'm here anyway, so you don't need me to do it. Oh, I'm about to get blasted in the face with all the pollen coming off this plate. Crap. 2 cool dads back at it again. Lock up those moms. We're coming for you. Oh, it's been a long time coming, but I think we're finally going to get to hear the Green Goblin run again today. It has been much too long. Although I guess it hasn't been that long. I mean, everyone in the comment section is like, I can't believe how long it's taken. This build has taken forever. Like, it's not like it's been a year. It's only been a few months. There is plenty of people I know who take way longer than a year to build a bike. Shit, look how long it took me to build a chopper. And honestly, it's really just been the wiring on the bike that's been holding us up. So I got those little pins from the Ride Factory. Shelby's coming up to Brapstar Garage to help us finally put the last nail in the coffin that is wiring the Green Goblin.
Getting ever closer. Thank heavens for Shelby, because this is definitely beyond my ken right here.
Definitely beyond Shay's ken. She's so stressed out, she's freaking taking a little nap over here. It's stressful even just to watch him do it.
So thank you, Shelby.
Well, unfortunately, I think that Shaylisi's brand new rear tire on her PC 800 is what we're going to go ahead and call roached. That's a bummer. So I'm going to see if I can limp this thing on the surface roads back to Ride Factory, drop it off there so they can fix the rear tire issue, and get the right parts, and then grab Barf Party and come back. Let's see if we can make all that happen. The Too Cool Dad Adventures was pretty short-lived. This is but a small roadblock, though. The PC-800 will be back in business soon enough. The correct parts acquired? It wouldn't be me unless I had to go to the motorcycle shop twice. And, trading out the Pacific Coast for the ever-trustworthy Suzuki Savage 650. The only bike that never lets us down. Uh-oh. I said the only bike that never lets us down. There we go. I'm getting deja vu with the traffic in the Suzuki Savage. Oh, man. Oh, no. Oh, well, you were going to ride home. I wouldn't picked up the Savage. Uh-oh. Maybe it'll start. Oh, so just the taillight's on. Maybe it'll start. Let's see, turn it on. See if it'll start. Oh.
You drove it here.
Okay, I don't know what's going on. Look at how many things I have in my hands. Oh, this is totally going to start. This is fine. Hell yeah. You're over here going like, I can't believe Josh left the freaking key on. All right. The Harley Davidson is running. Well, it's not running. It's running. It's not riding, but it's running. We decided to call it quits for the day. And because me and Shay are both getting hangry. I am getting hangry. I'm hungry. Later, dude. I have a feeling today's gonna go so smoothly. So smoothly today.
Maybe I didn't need the choke. You're the dick.
So smooth. This is actually a problem. You now have 0 vehicles at the house. Okay, you're already ready.
Do you expect me to push the bike you broke into the
I don't know. You were the last one to touch it. Shaylisi has officially gone from 3 running vehicles to 0 vehicles. Oh, hey, that's true. The Sportster runs. Let's put the tank on it. You just take that. It's got back brakes. Well, a little flummoxed today. Just a little bit. We detracted 2 motorcycles from the Brapstar fleet today. Both the Suzuki Savage and the PC-800. Both of which we should be able to have fixed pretty shortly. I don't want to jinx it, but at least the Goldwing's still going. And this is part of what makes motorcycles fun, right? Is just the constant unknown. Will it make it? Won't it make it? We have no idea at all. And today we definitely got a couple of it won't make it. That's all good though. Half the fun of owning motorcycles is fixing them up and getting them back on the road. At least that's what I think. If you have a motorcycle that just goes every time you push the button, it takes a little bit of the magic out of it in my eyes.
Okay, it's the next day. We're up at the shop because the idea was that we were gonna come up here and get Shay's Suzuki Savage running so she could ride it home because she's got schoolwork and editing to do. And instead of that happening, we currently have an extractor set, volt meters out, and it's turned into something just a little bit extra.
Skunked again. Shaylisi on the back of the Goldwing. The battery's on the trickle charger. The Suzuki Savage might need a new starter. We're not sure yet, but I'll leave that thing on the charger overnight so we can be sure tomorrow. Dude, the new Goldwing, the Bangkok Bagger, is about to claim the title as the most reliable bike in the shop if this keeps up. Oh, thanks for saving me a spot. Back in Ybor City, and maybe we can cheer up Shaylisi with a trip to the P.O. box. Maybe there's some cheese balls waiting in there to fix her crappy mood because she now has 0 motorcycles that run. That's not exactly true. The Sportster and the Pacific Coast both run. They're just not riding right now. Let's go see if there's anything in there to make you feel better. What's it gonna be? What's it gonna... Skunked again. I guess nobody cares enough about you to send you something nice to make you feel better when you're sad. Better luck next time, kid. Try to be more lovable, okay?
Whew, it has been a wild week. I'm not sure where I am. I'm not sure what part of the last video I left off on. It's an absolute whirlwind, but I wouldn't have it any other way. I like it when things are just a little bit chaotic. I do my best work with my back against the wall. What that's really code for is I'm a huge procrastinator and I have to do all my work with my back against the wall. So I have to be good at it. Last time I was trying to work on the mail order glide, I was a little bit distracted, and understandably so, but I'm free and clear this time to change the air filter. So now you might ask, why didn't I just change the air filter anytime? Well, you know, you normally change an air filter is not something that you set aside half a day for, but this is a Goldwing we're talking about, and removing the air filter isn't just popping a new air filter in. One does not just pop something in a Goldwing, okay? It's like a 22-step process that involves removing the entire radio. So let's get into this. One thing I do want to say about Goldwings, especially the GL 1500, there's just so much information out there on this bike and so many parts available because Honda just made so freaking many of them. Now, what you get when you buy an 80s or 90s GL 1500 or GL 1200 is you get this just absolute wealth of knowledge online. There is nothing on this bike that there isn't an extensive document with pictures and how-tos on every single thing you could ever want to do to this bike. When it comes to working on a Goldwing, there is almost no guesswork at all. It is a lot of work, but there's no guesswork because somebody else already did the hard work for you. So huge thanks to all you guys out there who put stuff out into the knowledge stream, who give back to that community. I try to do that every once in a while. Maybe one day I'll be able to do it a little bit with Goldwings, but right now I am definitely just taking, and I really appreciate it because if they weren't out there making these docs and putting out these how-tos, I would be up shit creek because these things are not easy to work on.
First things first, this absolutely enormous seat has to come off. I would say this seat is probably one of the best upgrades from the GL 1200 to the GL 1500. For me at least, the seat on the GL 1500 is so much more ergonomically shaped for my body style, which is enormous fat ass.
Theoretically, that could be all that holds it in.
Well, if you didn't know, now you know. That's the actual gas tank. Goldwings, including my older GL 1200, I don't know about the brand new ones, all have their gas tanks underneath the seat. It actually makes for a really great center of gravity. The bike is, it's very heavy. It's very, very well balanced. But that does mean that just makes so many other things a pain in the butt, like accessing and wiring and the fact that all this mess. And man, they put the tape player here over the air filter. Like my other Goldwing had it in the dash. So we'll see how this goes. I'm literally just following Goldwing docs, how to change your air filter on my phone. And like I said, it's a process.
First things first, it says remove the pockets. I'm gonna trust that these guys are smarter than me and follow their step-by-step. And it comes right out. Cool.
And the same for the other pocket. Another reason the radio being right there pisses me off is that was a storage compartment on my GL 1200, or not was, I still have that bike, but I don't know, man. I think that the whole radio in the center console thing was just a mistake. I'd much rather have this be like a storage area.
Ooh, secret snacks. I left myself a little treat in here. This is where sometimes it gets a little tricky. So there's no screws holding this in place, just posts. Okay, that came right out. The problem is when it's just posts holding it in place, over time these things get really old and messed up and it's really easy to break them. These are for something for the radio? Okay, apparently just with those and those locking tabs, this whole thing is supposed to lift. Oh, it does. I was like, no, this whole thing isn't gonna lift out. You're freaking mad. You're crazy. Yeah, the whole thing just comes right out. Wow, maybe this is easier than I thought. I'm over here going like, Goldwings are such a pain in the ass. So far, pretty easy. Look at that, they even give you enough wire to flip it over. So, removing the radio, much easier than I expected. It looks super dramatic because it's this huge thing, but that was really, really simple. Maybe I'm about to eat my words and this is gonna be totally easy. So far it is. Holy moly, I can't believe I'm almost there.
I'm not even making this up. I really thought this was going to be way bigger of a pain in my deck.
Of course, around here at Rapstar Garage, those tend to be famous last words, so maybe I'll hold the adulation and the praise for the GL 1500 and how much easier it is to work on than the GL 1200 until I'm actually running it down the road again. I was like, why isn't it coming off? I missed 2 screws. The thing longer. All right, I would say that air filter definitely needs to be replaced. Wow, that is bad. That's just the thing with buying a used bike from the 80s. For all I know, I really don't know, this could have been the same air filter in here for the past 10 years or something. I really just have no idea. But it has been in there for a minute because it's very, very dirty. Out with the old and in with the new. Much better. And since I'm in here already and I got this off, I think I'm going to go ahead and slap a new fuel filter on this as well. Well, I didn't expect this to be squirting gasoline out of it. Oh, it's probably under pressure. Maybe if I vent that. There we go. I was like, dude. I was like, what? The pump's not on. The fuel pump's not running. What's it doing?
Well, I tell you what, that was so much easier than I thought it was going to be. I don't know why. I was dreading changing the air filter, having to take off these plastics, and man, it was really, really easy. It was easy, it was intuitive. They took almost no time at all to take off. I will tell you, this one specifically, a lot easier than my GL 1200. I don't know if that's a big difference between those two that people talk about or not, but man, everything came off this bike so much easier. Part of what I'm doing with having 2 Goldwings, the Raspberry Buffet, and the mail order Glide. What man needs 2 Goldwings? Ridiculous, they say. Yet here I am with 2 land barge motorcycles from the 80s. I will tell you, the GL 1200 and the GL 1500 are so freaking different. The first thing I'm noticing, everything I've had to do to my GL 1200 was an absolute pain in the dick, and everything I've had to do this so far was so easy. I mean, so it probably took me like an hour and a half to do the air filter change, but I was filming and I was taking my time. Filming always makes everything longer, so if I wasn't filming, I was just trying to get it done, I probably could have had the air filter change in about a half an hour, which, you know, that's a very simple part. A half an hour is still a good amount of time, but you only needed a few tools. Like, it's not like you needed a bunch of tools. You could have done it with the toolkit in the bike. I needed a 10mm socket, a screwdriver, a 6mm Allen to remove the seat, and that was literally it. Like, one of the big reasons people shy away from Goldwings, what you always hear when someone's looking at a used Goldwing is just like, oh man, but if you have to work on it. And I already felt that way with my GL 1200, trust me, but they're always going, if you have to, oh no, you gotta work on it, it's a pain in the ass. Well, so far, so good with this thing. That was just ridiculously easy. It did not need a lot of tools, and it would have taken minutes if I wasn't filming it. Now, obviously, this isn't a problem. This is just routine maintenance, but the oil change on this was really easy too. So far, we've got a fuel filter change, an oil change, and an air filter change, and I could have done all 3 of those. Literally, all 3 of those could have easily been done in a couple hours on one day. So if routine maintenance working on your Goldwing is something that's scaring you away from them, I would be like, don't let that scare you away from this bike, because it was so easy. I can't stress that enough. And I'm not a very competent mechanic. Like, I can turn a wrench, obviously, but I don't think that I'm the dude who's like knows how to do everything and who's a total whiz, because I'm not. Anyone who's been watching the channel for a while will be very aware of the fact that I am a pretty incompetent mechanic. I usually have to do everything twice. I break stuff all the time. It takes me forever, and I'm just telling you, I found this to be quite easy. So if that's what's scaring you away from a Goldwing, is you going like, man, I'm gonna need special tools and I'm gonna have to have all this knowledge to even perform basic maintenance on it, don't let that scare you away, because it seems to me like you can pretty much take this entire motorcycle apart with a screwdriver and a couple of sockets. Now we'll see what tune I'm singing when I have to change the timing belts, because obviously that is going to be a much more difficult proposition. Well, maybe it won't be. Maybe I'll get into it and just, because like I said, it was just the intuitiveness of everything. Like, everything I did made sense, which was really nice. Sometimes, a lot of times when you work on bikes, and especially older bikes, you just are constantly going, this doesn't make any sense at all. Like, why did you do this? Why is this set up like this? This is just like engineers. Only an engineer will crawl over 50 beautiful naked women to fuck a mechanic. And I've only really just dipped my pinky toe into the water of maintaining and working on this GL 1500, but so far it seems to be engineered absolutely beautifully. Everything just comes apart so easily, it's intimidating. Of course, it's very intimidating to look at all this vast expanse of plastic, this barren field of petroleum products, this huge plastic dash. You're just like, how would I do anything on this at all? And then it starts coming apart, and it just clicks together like Legos, and it pulls right apart, and it goes back together just as easily. And all of a sudden, I'm like, that wasn't so bad. I guess the timing belts will be the real test. Is once you start having to take parts off the motor, then how easy it is to work on. But as far as regular maintenance, I got to give it an A+. I have worked on much harder motorcycles to change the air filter, to change the oil, and to change the battery than this motorcycle. A great example would be Shaylee's Suzuki Savage 650. All three of those things that I just listed are harder to change on her Suzuki Savage than they are to change on this Goldwing, believe it or not. Anyway, that's going to about do it for this one. Not a whole lot going on in this video because I have had a whole lot going on this week, but I wanted to get this stuff done. I wanted to talk to you guys because I was genuinely excited about how easy this bike was to work on. I know a lot of people watch the channel because I've been buying these ridiculous old motorcycles and proving that you can buy one for $2,000 or less and freaking ride it across the country after just doing some basic maintenance to it. So a lot of people are interested in that, and I think that's the big fear, is you're going to get it, something's going to go wrong, and you're not going to be able to fix it. Well, as far as something going wrong, we'll have to burn that bridge when we get there. As far as being able to do basic maintenance, dude, anybody could do it. So that's going to about do it for this episode. Till next time, keep it weird.